Now, you leave everything, what you think your kid's gonna do? You think your kid's gonna be as frugal and as thrifty and as miserly as you? Now, you made all that money now. You have happened in your career off.
Floyd Mayweather has suddenly gone quiet, disappearing from the public eye just days after Shannon Sharpe made a shocking claim that rattled the sports world. For someone known for constant visibility luxury posts, bold statements, and non-stop online activity, this unexpected silence feels unusual. Fans are starting to notice, and the timing has only added more mystery to the situation. Sharpe's comments, delivered during a heated segment on his show, sparked intense reactions across social media. His words didn't just grab attention, they raised serious questions, leaving both fans and insiders wondering what might really be going on. Now, with Mayweather nowhere to be seen, speculation is growing fast. Is he intentionally stepping back to avoid the noise, or is there something bigger happening behind closed doors? Whatever the truth is, the sudden disappearance has only made the story even more intriguing.
He's a hard hitter and he has a chin.
Back in 2017, Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back when he publicly called out Floyd Mayweather, taking aim at both his flashy lifestyle and the way he handled his finances. The criticism came at a time when reports revealed that Mayweather had asked the IRS for extra time to settle a significant tax bill from 2015. What made the situation even more controversial was the contrast. While requesting financial relief, he continued to showcase extreme wealth across social media, from stacks of cash to luxury assets. Sharpe's remarks quickly sparked a wider debate. People began questioning whether Mayweather's claims of billionaire status truly added up, or if the image he projected didn't fully match reality. It wasn't just about money, it was about perception versus truth. And ever since then, that conversation has never really gone away.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Shannon Sharpe didn't hide his frustration as he doubled down on his criticism of Floyd Mayweather. He questioned how someone who had already faced similar issues in the past could end up in the same situation again. What bothered him even more was the contrast. While financial disputes were ongoing, Mayweather continued to showcase extreme wealth online, posting images that highlighted his lavish lifestyle. To Sharpe, the message was simple. If you're putting your riches on display for the world to see, then handling your financial obligations shouldn't be an issue. The disconnect between public image and reported reality was, in his view, hard to ignore, and that's what made the situation even more disappointing.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
In response to the criticism, Floyd Mayweather pushed back on social media, defending his financial record and challenging how the media was portraying him. He pointed out that he had already paid a massive $26 million to the IRS in 2015, questioning why his situation was still being painted in a negative light. He made it clear that while people were busy speculating about his money, the reality was very different from what was being reported. To him, the narrative didn't match the facts he was presenting. Meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe has continued to weigh in on Mayweather's career over the years, often offering a mix of respect and criticism. After Mayweather's high-profile crossover fight with Conor McGregor in 2017, Sharpe acknowledged his skill and ring intelligence. However, he also questioned the true purpose of that bout. In his view, the fight felt more like a strategic money move than a genuine competitive challenge, suggesting it was carefully designed to generate massive revenue rather than test Mayweather's abilities against an equal opponent.
He hit Floyd with that uppercut, flush, and Floyd kept coming. I think Conor knew he was in trouble.
Floyd has a chin. I've told you before, he's got a chin.
And McGregor doesn't punch as hard as you thought he did. And
Nope, he does. That's
Skip,
where you're wrong.
and I told you about the gloves. It's a difference. Dana said, well, you could feel his knuckles. I said, when you get those hands wrapped, he's not going to feel any knuckles. Skip, this might have been one of Mayweather's best performances.
It was. Agreed.
For the simple fact is, he had a 175-pound heavy bag in front of him with no head movement. Really, yeah, he was unorthodox with his stances, but I knew in a million years he was never going to beat Floyd Mayweather, Skip, because he's not a boxing tactician. He had too wide of a base. In the MMA, Skip, you need a wide base to guard against leg strikes and takedowns. So he had a wide base. He had too much, he was too square on, so all this Floyd.
Shannon Sharpe's take goes beyond just one fighter. It reflects his bigger concern about where boxing is heading as a sport. He believes there's been a shift in mentality, where many fighters are more focused on protecting an undefeated record than taking on the toughest possible opponents. In his view, this mindset has become more common over time, and he sees Floyd Mayweather as a major influence behind that trend. According to Sharpe, this approach may be hurting the sport's excitement. When top fighters avoid risky matchups, fans miss out on the kind of high-stakes battles that once defined boxing. At the core of his argument is a call for change or return to an era where elite fighters consistently faced each other in their prime. For him, that's what truly builds legacy and keeps the sport alive with real, unforgettable competition.
Stomach, chest. As a boxer, you got to be like this. You want to make the target as narrow as possible. And for Floyd to do what he did, he was just like, okay, give me your best shot. Put that rope-a-dope on him like the Rumble in the Jungle, Skip. You remember Zaire? Give me all you got. Conor was just throwing all those shots. And then come round 4 and 5, Joe, I thought I was at the club. All them Jello shots Conor was passing out because they had nothing on them. Jello shot, hey Conor, let me get one of them tangerine Jello shots because there ain't nothing to it. And Floyd walked through it, hit it, power shot after power shot. Skip, he wasn't doing a whole, nothing pretty, nothing, no peekaboo, no shoulder roll, straight right hands to his dome like I told you he would. Now remember, oh, I'm gonna run shoot this man. He too small, you effed. You should have left me where I was, brother. You should have left me there.
During a heated discussion on the Club Shay podcast, Stephen A. Smith made a bold comparison that sparked serious debate. He drew a connection between Michael Jordan and Floyd Mayweather, arguing that both shared a rare kind of dominance, the ability not just to win, but to make their opponents look completely outclassed in the process. Smith explained that while LeBron James is widely respected and undeniably great, there's a different kind of presence that Jordan and Mayweather brought into competition. According to him, it wasn't just about beating you, it was about breaking you mentally and exposing every weakness. In his view, Jordan had a way of making elite players look ordinary on the biggest stage, and he believes Mayweather carried that same energy inside the ring. It's that psychological edge, that aura of intimidation, that Smith says truly separates legends from the rest. When Floyd Mayweather appeared on the Club Shay podcast, he opened up about the strategy behind his blockbuster fight with Conor McGregor, and the details surprised a lot of fans. Mayweather admitted that he intentionally allowed McGregor to land shots early in the fight. It wasn't a mistake, it was part of a calculated plan. He knew McGregor wasn't accustomed to going deep into boxing rounds, so instead of rushing, he stayed patient and let his opponent burn through energy. As the rounds went on, the shift became clear. McGregor began to slow down, and that's when Mayweather turned up the pressure. With his opponent fading, he took control, eventually stopping him with a TKO in the 10th round. It was a perfect example of experience, timing, and elite fight IQ coming together. That same level of control was seen years earlier when Mayweather faced Canelo Alvarez in 2013. The fight was heavily one-sided, with Mayweather dominating from start to finish. Interestingly, Oscar De La Hoya later revealed that he had warned a young Canelo not to take that fight. At just 21 years old, he felt Alvarez didn't yet have the experience to handle someone like Mayweather. In the end, that prediction proved accurate. The gap in skill and experience was clear, and the fight wasn't competitive. It was another reminder of just how far ahead Mayweather was compared to his opponents at the time.
I told kind of the top promoters in the
Floyd Mayweather is often placed among the greatest boxers of all time, with an undefeated record and world titles collected across 5 different weight divisions. But while his achievements inside the ring are undeniable, his public image tells a more complicated story. Outside of boxing, he has remained one of the most debated and divisive figures in sports. Many critics highlight his outspoken personality, constant displays of luxury, and bold, sometimes controversial remarks as reasons why he continues to draw mixed reactions. For some, he's a symbol of dominance and success, while for others, he represents the excess and attitude that can turn fans away.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank. I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust. Money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that. I'm going to do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hating on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw his scenic route.
His constant displays of wealth cash stacks, luxury cars, and private jets have drawn criticism from many who feel it comes across as tone-deaf, especially during difficult economic times. For some observers, that level of public extravagance creates a disconnect between him and everyday fans. On top of that, Floyd Mayweather's past legal issues, including domestic violence convictions, have added another layer of controversy to his reputation. These incidents have continued to shape public opinion, making him not just a celebrated athlete, but also one of the most debated figures in the world of sports. The backlash has only intensified over time, with many calling for accountability as Floyd Mayweather continues to face criticism both inside and outside the ring. In a candid reflection, Mike Tyson offered a different perspective, drawing from his own life experiences. Tyson suggested that despite Mayweather's massive success, there may be a deeper, more personal struggle behind the scenes. He explained that reaching such a high level of fame often comes with a harsh reality, figuring out who is genuinely loyal and who is only around for the spotlight. According to Tyson, jealousy can play a huge role when someone stands at the very top, especially in a world where status and image mean everything. Tyson also pointed out that while many athletes achieve wealth, Mayweather's position as a global icon puts him in a unique and often isolating space. In his view, the real challenge isn't money or fame, it's understanding that true friendships are rarely flashy, and the people who matter most might not fit the glamorous image that surrounds a superstar life.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seems to be going through some stuff like me right now, you know, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, you know, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world. You know, it's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about, what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them. And sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have. You know, sometimes we wanna have glorious, glamorous friends, but they don't want to be our friends.
What do you think about his approach to wealth? Do you see it as motivation and smart branding, or do you feel it goes too far into excess? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.